What is up? Welcome to Talking Touchdowns, brought to you by Run Pure Sports, Run Pure Bets, and new sponsor, King Stallman Bail Bonds. That's right. If you get in trouble, if JT Hayes does a wishbound pod with you and says he's in Washington, D.C., but really he's in Sacramento, and you need to be bailed out, call King Stallman Bail Bonds, new sponsor of Talking Touchdowns. Kurt, I am back, fresh out of jail. Out on bail, California dreaming. How you feeling, Kurt?
Feeling pretty good, Scott. Good to have you back. We had to go a little stag yesterday. Kind of went fast, but we thought we made you proud. I don't know.
No, I listened. It was great. Tyler did great. It was his first time hosting. I was actually real happy because I said, boy, if I need to miss the show again, I don't need to worry. The show's in good hands. I know you said it was fast, but it was a ton of information. The only thing that bugged me is I was opposite with you guys on a lot of picks, but we'll talk about that on the NBA rundown. If you've seen the playbook I did, I had Grizzlies, I had Jazz. I was against you guys on a lot of them.
Wow.
But it was a lot of fun listening to you guys. And, dude, I tried to sneak Pat Connaughton in the lineup off your suggestion, but the Bucks just busted for me. So
wait, still after all the news hit last night, you didn't need it.
I know. I was trying to get tricky though, because I felt that like the rest of my lineup was so chalky.
Yeah, I went 2-3K centers and it was so easy. I mean, I profited. I could have crushed if some other things happened, but like I profited so easy last night. Last night was easiest money making night in NBA in a while. I feel like
I'm glad because I know you hated the showdown slate when you were doing the show. That part was pretty funny. You're like, I hate this showdown slate.
Oh God, it was gross, but it ended up being nice. Like because we got the news like pretty early, and then. The only thing that hurt was I went a little bit too much in on Devin Booker captain, but like, yeah. I mean, meh.
All right, well, let's jump into the National Football League, and we had a game last night, Kurt. Man, I'll tell you what, I was like excited to watch it. I had NBA on one TV, the Amazon Prime on the other. One of my first complaints though about watching a game on Amazon Prime, why I think it sucks, you can't flip between the channels.
I know. Like
when you watch on ESPN, you can flip over to a basketball game and like all the commercials are 3 minutes. So you just wait through, I'm pretty good at time. I just flip right back, Yeah. That's one thing that I don't like, especially when it's like wasn't a fun game. I felt like when the Niners came out and scored that touchdown to start the third quarter, that effectively sealed the Seahawks' fate because against a defense like that, I just didn't see the Seattle being able to make the comeback. They end up getting one touchdown there in the fourth quarter, but it wasn't enough. The 49ers cover. The game goes under. This Purdy kid, man, I'll tell you what, I didn't believe him. Tough times for Jimmy G truthers because this team looks good behind the kid, and if the defense plays like that, he doesn't need to do that much. What did you think of the game last night with the 49ers and the Seahawks?
I thought it was pretty good. I mean, I feel like everyone was like, oh, like 49ers blowout, but I feel like Seattle hung in there. The defense did decent. I mean, I know the 49ers are like, Purdy's still learning and stuff, but I was pretty impressed with Seattle hanging in there and at least giving themselves kind of a shot towards the end. So it's a pretty good game. I thought I'd hate it, but I actually liked it. Purdy.
I was hoping to see more from the Seahawks, though. You really thought they had a chance there at the end? I didn't even really feel like they did.
More than what I thought coming into. I thought the fourth quarter would be like, okay, like this ain't happening. But so that's what I meant, really. Like mathematically, they had a chance.
All right. Anything more from that game? Because I didn't really take away much. I mean, the Seahawks were a nice little story. They're kind of regressing to our expectations. I mean, but they still exceeded their own expectations this year.
Printed money attacking the Seahawks against tight ends again. So, I mean, it's so easy. I wish I was God, I was so close to playing that optimal lineup too. It's sickening. Still a great night. I like 3 or 4x my money, but damn, man. Hurts.
That's how it is in DFS though. So real close. At least you're able to profit off the show. And I know that if you were at Run Pure and you went off the course, you did. So it was another great night for the team. Pretty good night for my NBA playbook as well, but we'll talk about that on the next show. Let's jump into tomorrow's games, Kurt. Let's jump into tomorrow's game. Forgive me. Bookmakers got them out of order again, so I'm going to try and do my best. But Indianapolis Colts, I think, are the first one. It says it's 10 a.m. out here on the Pacific. If you're on the West Coast, make sure you use King Stallman bail bonds when you need to. But 1 p.m. for you guys. out there on the East Coast. The Minnesota Vikings are down to 3.5. This was 4.5 when we did the Wishbone on Wednesday. The Colts are taking money here. Are you surprised? I know, and I've heard all the arguments against the Vikings, especially their defense. I think they're 31st in yards per play given up, right? So statistically, this isn't a very good team, but the Colts aren't a very good team either. I mean, I don't really care about the statistics. And the other argument, right, the Colts have done well against two of the top teams in the NFL, right? They beat the Chiefs, and they played the Eagles really close. I actually thought they might have upset the Eagles in that game. So they are capable of doing well against the NFL's best, but they're also capable of just laying some duds, as we saw against the Dallas Cowboys on Sunday Night Football a couple weeks ago. Vikings here are 3.5, total 47.5. And we talked about this on the Wishbone Pod, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. It's really a weird 3-game slate because there's not as many attractive options. To say like Thanksgiving, I mean, it felt like a buffet, right? It felt like there's just so many good options, right? Just like when you're eating dinner. Not as many good options here with the Bills and the Dolphins struggling in weather. So Colts, Vikings, would you say that this is the most attractive game on the DFS slate? What do you think about the -3.5? And what do you think about the total of 47.5?
So yes and no. Like, this Vikings defense has really been bad lately, like concerningly bad. And going to the playoffs, that's not a very good sign. However, this is a great get-right spot for this defense, for the defensive coaching staff, for everyone. They're back at home playing an absolutely inept offense. I think we see an improvement here for obvious reasons because of the matchup. But another thing is, like, the way to be beat is the Viking secondary is slow. Like, you just absolutely attack the shit out of them with like speedsters. And Matt Ryan doesn't have an arm, and like Pittman's that's not really knowing what he's for. Pierce is like a attack the ball type of receiver. It's not a good matchup for the Colts, like, at all. So give me the Vikings. Give me the Vikings 3.5. I'll take it. I was going to say tease, but nah. Just give me the Vikings to cover that spread and kind of like the under.
Okay, I would never tease 3-0. So Vikings are completely off my teaser. Here's my question though: do you think the Colts continue to take money? I mean, on Bookmaker, it's a -3.5 at -105. I mean, if I just wait till tomorrow, am I going to get a -3? I mean, that would be huge.
You could.
Why are the Colts taking so much money?
Probably because the Vikings last week didn't they hurt everyone's feelings last week, right? Because it was
okay. They did. They hurt our feelings. If you saw the beginning of our show on Monday, right? I don't think Tyler ever heard me cuss so much. To be fair, I was quoting a rap song, but still, I personally don't get it. I understand. I feel like the well was up. I feel like, yes, in that Lions game last week, right? It was the overall record, the 10-2, 10-3 deal against a team that was better statistically. The Lions actually are 5th in expected points added on offense, behind like the Chiefs, the Bills, the Eagles, the very best teams in the league. So on offense, this team's getting it done. So I can understand last week why the money was split there and people wanted to fade the Vikings, because if you took away the records and you just went off statistics, especially advanced metrics, the Lions were the better team, right? Just throw that 10-2 out the window, and I can't remember what the Lions are now. I think they're 6-7 right now. But I just don't see it with the Colts. So I'm just surprised to see them taking so much money. But if I can get it at -3, that would be even better. As far as this game goes, Justin Jefferson, is there a way to make him work in a lineup? I think he's sitting at 9,100.
No, yeah. Tell me what these prices are, because I only looked at the Sunday slate. But
I'll pull it up right now. I just remember he's the top price from doing the Wishbone on Wednesday. He was top priced. Right behind him it
might be one of those raw point slates too. But I'm not really worried about first of all, I jerk it to snow games. I gotta be honest. Like, as a former offensive lineman, just someone who's literally been like obsessed with football since he was born. I'm obsessed with snow games. I love snow. I love Christmas. I love all of it. I'm just so excited for this game. I know it's different with the wind there and everything, but I still think we could see points. Like, if Tyreek can maybe just keep his footing, it's a lot harder for them defensive backs to kind of stay still. So I don't know.
Yeah. So here's, I mean, that's really your choices, right? Justin Jefferson, 9,100.
Yeah, or
Tyreek Hill, 9K. Or Stephon Diggs in that game, 8,100. Jalen Waddle, 7K. So if you don't play Jefferson, your next four options are in, or next three options are in the snow game, right? And
I think I'm going
all the way to 6,100 to play a Cooper or a Pittman at 58.
I know I said all that, but I think just give me Jefferson. I think I'm assuming we're going to have value on these running backs in this game.
That's how I was looking too. Screw spending up a running back on this slate.
I'm not thinking they're going to crush. I still think these teams will still try to pass the ball, like for sure. Yeah. But I think at the price tags we're about to get, I'm about to pull it up now.
So on the running back for this game, right? Jonathan Taylor at 7,200. We both think the Vikings will win, right? So I don't want to play them on a game script where Vikings are coming from behind. Dalvin Cook at 6,900. Okay, that's fine, if I can work it in. But I think I'd much rather spend up for Jefferson, right, and try and find some value at running back. What do you think?
I've been playing Dalvin a lot lately, and it just feels like, God, he's so close to having like that nuke game. But
I know. Can you believe he fumbled last week? I mean, we might not even be talking about the Vikings not covering if he doesn't fumble there.
Yeah, but I'm points for value. I think I'm going to lean Dalvin though. But I mean, you're going to have to play with some of these, like one of these sub receivers, and give me JJ over the other guys. So that's where I'm at. As far as the Colts go, my goodness gracious.
I was hoping to get Tyler in here before we moved on, but I guess he's still running a little late.
Well, here, give me a sec. Let me see if I can find my favorite Colts play.
All right, yeah, let's do that.
That way we can just kind of buy time for him. Oh, I got to make this bigger. Whew, man, Paris Campbell probably would be the guy for me. I mean, he's got the best speed out of all the guys, honestly. He's on the outside. I mean, it's not like Matt Ryan can throw that far. But yeah, probably.
He's sitting at 4,400.
He's 44. Yeah.
Look at that offensive ranking, 30th. Just gives you the big green, right?
They get towards, man. Like they're just fucking slow.
That's actually a fun way to start it here. If you go Paris and Justin Jefferson, now you're at 5-2 for the rest of your thing. It's not bad at all, right? Considering we can punt.
Oh, I mean, you got. I was just always throwing a defense there to get that. To kind of get that number more accurate.
So let's just throw in the defense. Which defense do we want from the slate?
Just throw in Ravens because they're mid-tier. Okay. That'll kind of tell you where we're setting.
So now I'm at 55.83 left, and I'm punting on tight end.
Yeah, so then you're probably setting up and you're setting like the average player, so like 6K. That's
Let's see. Who would be a good tight end punt? We want a tight end from this game.
I kind of want my tight end from that Miami game.
Okay, let's save it then. Who would you take? Gesicki? That guy killed me in season-long fantasy. Who is the other guy? Smythe seemed like he was getting more snaps, but he's a run blocker.
Gesicki might not be bad. I've not clicked his name all year.
He's only got like 4 targets in the last 3 games.
But just weather depending, it's probably more likely the short passes just go to Waddle or Tyreek. But like, you never know, man. I mean, 3,400 on a short slate. It could be a Gesicki touchdown week. But much more safer probably just to go to Dawson Knox.
All right, Tyler, we've been screwing around with some roster constructions, waiting for you to get here. So we're still on the first game, Colts, Vikings. I guess we can ask for your thoughts. Did you have any thoughts on last night's game?
No, I mean, pretty much went the way we thought. San Francisco was able to hold them, and then they just really couldn't put any points together. They got the game close at the end, but just couldn't get it over the hump.
And I didn't really even feel. I personally didn't feel like they were threatening. I kind of thought I was really looking forward to the game, though. I thought it was going to be, a nail biter, and it was not. Let's talk about the Colts and the Vikings. Vikings minus 3.5, total 47.5. Kurt and I both like the Vikings. I'm surprised the Colts are taking money. Do you know why the Colts are taking money, Tyler?
Because the Vikings are frauds.
So, do you like the Colts side?
No, I don't. But I think the Vikings still win the game. But that's my guess. Is it's a nice matchup for the Colts. They match up well. Taylor should be able to run the ball pretty much down their throat. So, I mean,
unless the Vikings get ahead early.
Yeah, but I could see the Colts winning this game. It wouldn't surprise me. So, I'm probably going to, if I bet this game, I'd probably take it through like a Jefferson touchdown and win rather than lay the points.
All right. Jefferson touchdown and win rather than lay the 3.5. It was 4.5 when we did shows on Wednesday. It's 3.5 now. Any chance this gets to 3, Tyler?
I doubt it.
Okay, cool. Let's talk about the Baltimore Ravens, who are now plus 2.5 in Cleveland, taking on the Browns. Another line that's a little fishy to me, Kurt, here. Why are the Browns favored over the Ravens? Tyler's talked about it before, and I gave the stats. I'm not saying that he's the same player as Lamar, but the system's the same. Huntley's not this huge drop-off. And Deshaun Watson's looked terrible. This is a division game. I get the better defense. I get the better coach. I mean, what's going on? Why are the Browns favored here, Kurt?
Because the Browns are going to win this game by like 7.
How?
I mean, I'm sorry. I just – do you think Deshaun's just going to be – like, do you think he's just lost it? Like, he's just gone?
I think he'll be good next year. I don't think he's –
You think he'll take that year? See, I
think he needs a full offseason. He needs OTAs. He needs, time with his offensive lineman. You know how important that is.
I think I agree. I think he needs a matchup against a secondary that's not great. I mean, neither the Texans secondary ain't bad. And this Baltimore secondary has tightened up since they got healthier. But it's at home. I feel like it's not – I feel like it might be the best matchup maybe because they get torched deep sometimes because they take so many chances. So I think it might be a good matchup for him. I think that he kind of does – I don't think he's going to come out and look like the old Deshaun, but I think he'll look better than he did last week. And I'll keep saying it until week 18, and you guys are just going to forget I say it. So fuck you. But it's going to happen, and that's why. And the Browns are going to run the ball down their throat, and then Deshaun's going to get the play action. DPJ, Amari Cooper, they're going to get cooking with them routes. Easy money.
All right. Tyler, what do you think here? We're opposite here. I like the Ravens. Kurt likes the Browns.
At first, I was on the Browns until Huntley was rolled in. Once he was rolled in, and now I'm not getting the third-string practice squad quarterback, I got to take the Ravens here. I think they keep it close. I think they could win the game. You're getting +3 on them. I would even tease them up, too, get them to +9. I think that's a good spot. I don't see the Browns pulling them out. The Browns can't stop the run whatsoever, and that's what Baltimore's going to come in and want to do. J.K. Dobbins could eat them up. Gus could eat them up. Huntley could run a couple times, and Mark Andrews could get open on this defense also. So I think Baltimore keeps it close.
We got to do a bet on this. Or do we have a show next week?
Yeah. Why wouldn't they?
So,
because Christmas Eve is Saturday, right?
Yeah, so I want to do a friendly wager here. I love this Browns team. So we'll do it with the spread. And maybe someone got to come dressed up. Some dressed up next week. You two dressed up, like have the elf ears and everything with the hat. Or dress up as Santa. You got to dress up as something. You got to dress up
for like Five Below to get Christmas.
You all got to have to dress like Christmas threw up on you, whether it's ugly Christmas sweater or something. And I'll do the same if I lose. Deal?
Yeah, I'll see if I can find.
Yeah, I will say I might be able to put.
You guys don't have anything Christmas? Are you kidding?
Really.
No.
I mean, I could I can go get like a green marker and draw on this hoodie for you.
That'll work. Or paint your face green like a Grinch.
Yeah, I'll figure something out. At least I'll have maybe some Christmas lights around my neck.
I'll go steal a Christmas wreath off someone's door and just put it around my neck.
Yeah, we'll do something, right? All right, that's the bet. Loser will dress up for Christmas on Talking Touchdowns next Friday here on the Run Pure Sports YouTube channel. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Kurt, this game, to me, it seems ugly. I looked up Nick Chubb's game logs against the Ravens. He went for 91 yards off 16 carries earlier this season. Last year, he went for 17 carries, 59 yards in one game, 8 carries, 16 yards in the other, 17 carries for 82 yards in 2020, 10 carries for 60 yards. So some good yards per carry, but he hasn't really been able to get loose against that defense. That kind of was keeping me off using Chubb in DFS. What did you think for that?
I think that the good quarterback play, which I think we'll see here today, will kind of help those runs. And I think they'll stay in it more, and he'll be able to kind of – like Baltimore's not going to roll over. Like they're not like the Texans like rushing defense, like the Packers rush defense. But I've run down the throw. On key situations, they're going to be able to convert running the football with Chubb. That's what I mean. So I for DFS, I'm not really sure how often they'll come here. I prefer save 500 and go Cook, even though I feel like Chubb will have a good game. I just think that we kind of going to need all the salary I can get here. So prefer Cook. Chubb's close behind him though.
Tyler, any props for this game?
Nah, I got nothing in that game right now. With all the news with the quarterback switching and everything, those numbers have been bouncing around. I'll have him up on the playbook for tomorrow's games.
All right, remember the NFL playbook, your best guide to see all our bets if you missed the shows or you just want to see things change the NFL playbook on the Run Pure Sports website. Make sure you remember runpuresports.com. Miami Dolphins +7 in Buffalo taking on the Bills. Kurt was already talking about how he loves this game being in the snow. How do you think this affects this game with a total of 44, Kurt?
Okay, so I've not had a great history with over-unders in these weather games, so I'm going to let you guys handle that. I like to think it's going to go over, but I'm not the betting expert here. I win a lot of my bets, but it's because I don't bet a lot. So, you keep that low. You just take the good bets. It's easy to win. But I think you want to wait, right, until everyone keeps building up this old 9 inches, blah, blah, blah. And then the total gets lower, and then we can bet the over on Sunday. That's the correct thing to do, right? Or do you think it's solid at 44?
I usually stay away from these. I figure this is an information-based market, and I feel like there's a lot of guessing involved. So for me personally, it's harder to feel like I have a quantified edge. I mean, I live in California. Kurt, what do I know about snow?
The thing is, too,
I really know about snow.
These lake effect snow, the system could be could just absolutely dump it on 15 miles away, and then so it's really tricky here. But I'm leaning on just taking the over, but I kind of want to wait and see if it goes down anymore.
It probably will because people are. Just
I would just take Buffalo's team total over because this Miami team ain't moving the ball on Saturday night.
Go ahead, let's know why, Tyler.
I mean, just think about it. The way this is all lining up, they're struggling coming into this game. They can't play on the road. Now they're going to play in their worst conditions all year against a team that they luck boxed into a win earlier in the year. Now Buffalo's going to want that win back. They beat this team. They win the division right here, basically. They're going to pound this team into the ground at home. You've seen them attack Mike White the last couple weeks. They're going to do the same thing to Tua. In the cold weather, we've seen him been fragile earlier this year. I don't want to call injury on anybody, but this is the game I could see him going down and not coming back in. So give me Buffalo here. I think they win this game pretty easily.
Oh, shit. I didn't even – hold on. Yeah, I'm with that. But I think – I don't know. I don't think it's going to be a pathetic performance from the Dolphins, though. But I still like them to cover 7. I think I'm going to agree with you. God, that would just be so poetic, though, if they go up there in that freaking snow and get a win, man. Oh, my gosh, that would be legendary. But, yeah, that's the smarter bet.
Let's talk about Sunday slate. The Atlanta Falcons are +4 in New Orleans taking on the Saints. Tyler, this NFC South is really tough to watch.
I'll just save you the time since we have every team playing on the slate. Yeah. Just skip this game.
Do you care about this game at all, Kurt? I don't have a bet on it.
I'm guessing it's the Atlanta game you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of like I think the running backs are – I got to pull up the slate. The running backs are kind of decent to consider. Patterson went off the first game they played. Both these teams are my Bucs suck, dude. So both these teams are still – I mean, I guess a puncher's chance at winning this division. So, it's not like they're going to be doing some weird shit. So, definitely has some interest in the running backs for MME.
Yeah, I agree with Kurt there. I think Kamara could absolutely blast this team and score 3 touchdowns.
We've been attacking.
Ritter debut. What do you expect, Kurt?
What's his price at? Because he's a good ass runner, man.
5,400.
Might be a good ass runner, Kurt, but that boy can't throw the ball whatsoever.
Yeah, this is not a good first matchup.
Just think about that. There's a reason they let Marcus Mariota play up until now. It took an injury to kind of get him out of there.
And he
let me just get the running backs. I think maybe his rushing upside will kind of help Patterson pop a couple maybe or something like that. But I agree with Tyler. Kamara is a really good play. And I'll dabble in true?
Is Zach Wilson starting?
Yeah, Mike White's out.
Mike White got ruled out.
You know what that means? There ain't no chance we're betting on Zach Wilson.
I know. I'm so glad I almost bet that early because when we did the playbook, right, this is one of our biggest edges. Let's go ahead and talk about that game right now. The New York Jets were they -1? No, Lions were favored the whole time. So they haven't really moved the line off Zach Wilson. That's unbelievable to me. 43.5. Tyler, we loved the Jets when we were making the NFL playbook earlier this week. Now I'm completely off this game. This is one of, usually I've been telling myself I got to bet more early because I feel like sometimes I've been waiting and missing the best of the lines when we create the playbook. So glad I didn't there. I don't want to bet on Zach Wilson at all. This went from being one of my favorite plays to a complete stay away. Your thoughts, Tyler?
Yeah, I'm probably just staying away from it because I don't trust that Lions team outdoors. And the Jets defense is still going to play very well. So it's like, I don't want to get in front of it. And you said they didn't move the number much. Sounds like a trap to me. Sounds like they want everybody to just swoop in on the Lions thinking they're getting a nice price. And then they can't move the ball. The defense just wins them the game for the Jets. So probably stay away, but still a small lean to that Jets team.
Robert with a couple good condiments here. Zach Wilson is 5-2 as a QB, and Goff is awful in the cold. Your thoughts, Kurt? Lions, Jets.
Yeah, I can't take. I mean, I want to get sneaky and take the Jets, but no. Give me the Lions, man. He's going to have them fucking jacked for this game. The chance to make the playoffs in the first time in a long time. Is this game not going to be weather affected either? I kind of prefer it, to be honestly.
I'm sure it'll be cold, but I don't think it's going to be like Buffalo.
Oh, man, Kim's going to have them boys jacked up. Yeah, I'm agree. Give me the Lions. I hate
what do you think of this? If one bad play from Wilson, the whole team gives up on him. I mean, it won't be that bad, right, Kurt?
And then Flacco comes in and ruins our bets.
All right. What's up?
Huh?
Anything else, Tyler, on this one?
Nope. That's it for me.
All right. Kansas City Chiefs -14 in Houston takes it on the Texans. Total 49. Texans covered against the Cowboys last week. But was that their last gasp? Are they going to be able to do it again? I feel like this is a nice spot for Kansas City. But Kansas City never covers. Why would I lay huge points with Kansas City on the road? Kansas City's absolutely terrible against the spread. They're like LeBron in 2018. They just win without covering. It's just like amazing. So another game that I'm off of, even though I think our projections, Tyler, had Kansas City win this game by like 19. What are your thoughts? Start with you, Tyler.
Yeah, I did click the button off. Sorry, but as for this game, definitely not laying the spread. I'm looking to see if they have the touchdown and win props up yet, because that's the only way I'm betting this game. Because KC's going to win it. It's just how much do they win by? I'm not laying 14. I'd bet it through a Kelsey to score and win, Juju to score and win, Pacheco to score and win. I don't see any odds on those up yet, but that would be the way I'd approach this game.
Kurt, projections love the Chiefs, but my brain says the Chiefs never cover. What should I do?
Yeah, I'm not taking. You guys know me. I'm not taking a freaking 14-point spread. I don't care if the Texans are trash cans. Davis Mills returning too, right, my boy?
Yeah, but who's the other guy? Driscoll. The GM was talking him up all week.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
But they were splitting him last week. Did that ever happen to you, Kurt? How much does it throw off the line to have the quarterbacks going in and out?
I think we would have our running back play, do some like wildcat snaps and stuff. The cadence, it made my dumbass jump off sides a couple of times. I can't lie. It's just, bro, like the difference between cadences will mess you up because you're used to one guy and he's like, yeah, ready, hit. And it's like, it's just different, dude. It messes with you. So, but I mean, they're professionals. It's not going to mess with them. I'm just an idiot.
All right.
But I'm not taking a 14-point spread. I could love Tyler's bet about Pacheco. Fantasy, he's 5,900 going against the league's worst rushing defense. He's been getting 15-plus carries every week. Give me that all day. Love that play. I have no issues. I've not really digged in too tough, but like if you start your lines with like Kamara and Pacheco, don't mind it.
Kelsey, it's either Kelsey or punt. You look at that tight end position. Is he worth the spend there? There's some interesting wide receivers right in that range, like CeeDee Lamb.
Gosh, it's I don't know. The secondary is not bad. Like he could go off, but he needs 2 touchdowns to kill you. So like just fade and then bet 2 touchdowns.
All right, there you have it. Philadelphia Eagles, another big favorite. They're -9 in Chicago, taking on the Bears, coming off a bye. I wonder if it's really good for teams to be off a bye this late in the year, Kurt, when they're already eliminated, right? I mean, it's a little different if you're gearing up for a playoff run, right? But I mean, you got 3 weeks left. You just, hey, where are we going in the offseason? A lot of them are probably going, where am I going to be playing next year? Because bad teams seem to have more turnovers. I'll tell you what, I'd much rather lay it with the Eagles than the Bears. Than the Chiefs, because the Eagles at least blow teams out and cover spreads. It's Eagles to me or pass. I'm fine passing, but in the pick and pool, I'll take the Eagles. What are your thoughts, Kurt?
Yeah, I don't do these big spreads. I kind of agree with the bye week, like because for teams in the playoff hunt, they're like, okay, get to rest my body. These other guys probably go home and are just like, just fuck it. I mean, they're not going crazy stuff.
Where am I going to play next year?
Yeah, it's just they mentally probably zone out for a whole week and they come back. It's like, oh, back to work. Like But I don't know. This could be a little surprising game. We might see a little magic from Fields, and then once again he chokes in the final drive, and then Eagles score like too late. But I'm not going to touch it. This could be
with Fields back. Is Cole Kmet an option at tight end? We talked about tight end earlier, and I don't want to spend up for Kelsey. So
that's his boy. So 4K. I've been fading Cole Kmet since he's gone off, but 4K. I don't mind that, especially in like Fields, Kmet sacks with like maybe AJ Brown or Devontae Smith. It's not the worst. Bears can't stop the either.
Your thoughts on the Eagles and the Bears?
I think the Eagles just do what they've been doing the last couple of weeks. They just beat up on these bad teams. Justin Fields has an illness. He wasn't practicing. Who knows how long that lasts? He should play, but you never know once you get to Sunday. I agree with you. I'd rather lay the 9 here than 14 with the Chiefs, but I'm going right to the same thing. Touchdown and win. Hurts is plus 120. Sanders is plus 125. AJ Brown's plus 130. Devontae Smith plus 195.
Out of all one of those guys,
probably Hurts. Hurts has been running the ball in a bit more. He's trying to lock up that MVP, it seems like. So, yeah, that would probably be my favorite with Sanders right behind it.
I understand statistically he deserves the MVP, but the idea that he's better than Patrick Mahomes, I mean, you got to be kidding me. Flip those teams. Flip those guys. The Eagles would be undefeated. They'd have the best offense in the last 5 years. Right? I mean, if you put Hurts on the Chiefs. Okay. Let's move on. The Pittsburgh Steelers are plus 3 in Carolina, taking on the up-and-coming Panthers. Kurt, all they needed to do was change their coach. So, hey, referendum against rule, the new Nebraska coach. We'll have to poke some fun at AP on that on the rundown there, right? This has not been a good look for Matt Rule. Steve Wilkes comes in, turns the team around. The Steelers are playing Pickett, even though he's got like 2 concussions in the last 2 months. Right? I don't know. I don't really like this game. I like the Steelers, but I mean, at what point am I just throwing money in the trash can there, betting on this team? What do you think, Kurt? Do you like the Panthers -3? Do you like the Steelers? Do you like a game with a total of 37?
If you bet this game, 1-800-GAMBLER is right there, man. We have so many other games, so many other sports going on that you do not get some help.
Tyler, what are your thoughts when the Steelers take on the Panthers?
I mean, Sam Darnold could put together a couple good games in a row. He usually starts to shit the bed in the 3rd or 4th game. Well, he won the first 2. Here's number 3 against a pretty good defense. It's probably the best defense he's played in those 3 games. Give me the Steelers money line.
All right, that's at plus 140. Tyler taking a stand. Love to see it. Let's move on. Dallas Cowboys.
Hey, take those defenses in DFS. 3,300, 3,100, 37 total. Make sure you get some exposure to them.
All right, good call there. Dallas Cowboys are -4 in Jacksonville, taking on the Jaguars. Tyler, the Jaguars seem to be like a popular play when you listen, like for me, listening to all the podcasts and reading the content that other people who do what we do put out. Jaguars seem to be really popular. I don't know if I'm ready to buy it. Doesn't it feel like we're kind of buying high on the Jaguars, or is Trevor Lawrence for real? Do you think they can cover this 4-point spread against Dallas?
I mean, isn't this that scary number we've all talked about all year?
Yeah, 5 and 4.
-4 on the road in a game where it's like, yeah, they should absolutely blast this team. I sit here again, and it's like I can't bet Dallas just because of that.
I don't know if they should absolutely blast the team. First of all, Trevor Lawrence is pretty mobile in the pocket. He could be able to avoid the pass rush, make some plays. And then on the other side of the ball, the Jacksonville Jaguars pass rush has been better. If they can just be adequate against the run, there's no reason to think that they don't match up at least decently against this Cowboys team, right? It's not like a matchup nightmare like the Giants had against the Eagles last week.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit, but it's still the Jags. Their offensive line's not the best. Even if he escapes the rush, Michael Parsons isn't slow. He can catch him.
Yeah.
So it's tough there. The big worry here is they have Philly after this. It's a big look-ahead spot for them. They know they have to beat Philly to look good going into the NFC playoffs. I'm not going to pick the Jags to win. I'm also not going to pick Dallas to cover. Probably just going to stay away from this game as a whole.
Kurt, usually I'm not big on look-ahead spots. Right? I don't know if they're lying, but it seems like so many times you like, we're all talking about look-ahead spots and the players are interviewing and they don't even know who they're playing next week. Like, oh, you're looking forward to playing the Cowboys next week. And they're like, oh, that's who we play. But in this case, I think it's real because these teams have been going back and forth. Did you hear this stuff with Parsons and the Eagles and system players? And
yeah, I saw that.
So I do believe the look ahead is real here. What are your thoughts, Cowboys, Jaguars?
I think it's murky. I'm leading the Cowboys, but I'm not gonna go out of my way to bet it. But if someone put a gun to my head, give me the Cowboys. One thing to attack in DFS is we talked about last week with the Titans, and our boy Chig scored. I basically split Hooper and Chig evenly. Chig scored. Jacksonville has not been defending the tight end spot well lately at all. So if this is a really close game, like you guys are expecting it to be kind of a trap game, Dalton Schultz 4,400, probably my favorite tight end.
Better than Cole Kmet, huh?
Yeah, I'm just not a Cole Kmet guy. But if you need $400, like they're very close, and
Tyler,
probably a better script for Kmet.
Any props for this game, Cowboys, Jaguars?
Yeah, I mean, I'll have them up on the playbook. I don't have anything yet. I'll be doing those all tonight.
Okay. Arizona Cardinals +3 with Colt McCoy starting. Denver Broncos -3. And I'm right? There's a Rippin dude starting. I think his name's
Brett Rippin starting?
Is he like the nephew of the Rippin that was good when I was a kid?
I think I looked that up not too long ago, and I cannot remember what the answer was.
The guy's name was Mark Rippin. I think it's his nephew. Regardless.
Yeah. You mentioned that. Yeah, it is. Yeah. It is.
The Broncos are laying 3. Both teams have backup quarterbacks. Another game with a total of 37. I mean, is this another 1-800-GAMBLER game, Kurt? I mean, how do you find an edge? I mean, we have some Brett Rippin experts here in the crowd, in the chat. Like, what's going on here? I don't see how you find an edge here. I almost feel like, my projections are kind of, I don't want to say worthless, but they definitely are way less meaningful than some of the other teams.
Yeah, gross game. Cross off for me. Hopefully Tyler has something.
You got something here? Is there any reason?
I got nothing. We ain't touching Denver. We ain't touching Arizona. Stay away.
Well, let's keep on going. The next game on the afternoon slate is the Tennessee Titans. This is a good game. This is fun. I think this one's fun to talk about. The Titans are +3 going against the LA Chargers, 46.5. I haven't seen JJ's show yet, but he's going to, the JJ likes to buy low and sell high. Doesn't this seem like a case where you can do it with both teams? Of course, the Tennessee Titans coming off a couple brutal losses, and the Chargers with their best win of the year in primetime last week. Now the Chargers host the Titans. They're laying 3, total 46.5. What are your thoughts here? Is this are the Chargers putting things together, and is this the right number, or are the Titans being disrespected by the odds makers? Kurt, what do you think?
Justin Herbert at home against a pass funnel, man. Whew, that kid has an arm, and you can't really change up your defensive philosophy. And, I don't know. Justin Herbert versus a pass funnel. Give me Justin Herbert all day, especially out in Cali, no travel. And I hate
Is that your favorite quarterback of the slate?
Yeah, it has to. I mean, with all his receivers back and then this matchup at home, come on, man. This is the guy, I know he's hurt some people this year, but this, everyone's healthy. This is the guy that we saw last year. So 7,400 seems like a good price to me. Or 72. Ooh, my God. He'll be my most exposed quarterback on Sunday. And like I said, I hate betting against Vrabel, but give me Chargers. Chargers to win, cover the spread, and don't mind the over. Chargers defense is ass. Titans can definitely put up some points with them.
As good as a coach you are, at the end of the day, you do need some talent. And you look at that Titans injury report, and you know me, I love team tough guy coaches. But they can't work miracles here. Key players at each level of the line, D-line, linebackers, and secondary are all out. And I know they can pull up a great scheme and stuff, but Chargers getting healthy at the right time. I hate going against Vrabel. To me, it's Chargers or pass. What do you think, Tyler?
Yeah, I'm with you guys. I think the Chargers smash them in this spot. I just don't see how the defense stops Herbert with all his weapons. Mm-hmm. And it's one of them games, too, where it's even though the last couple of years we said this before, all they could do is run the ball and somehow they still put together wins. They legit only can run the ball on the Tennessee side. There is nobody to throw the ball to on that side without Burks. I just don't see them moving the ball much. You just sell out to stop the run, and Tannehill can't beat you. So you look on the other side, every quarterback they've played recently against Tennessee has lit them up. Herbert's going to do the same thing. Give me the Chargers.
You think Derrick Henry will have a good game against that bad run defense, Kurt?
I think even if they sell out for it, I think he'll still be able to kind of get hit. That's why I like the over. I think the Titans will be able to run the ball until I mean, they might not be able to run the ball at first, but come second half and stuff, and they start wearing them down, I think this one will start moving the ball. So give me the over in the Chargers.
You're not worried, though, that they're down 21-7 and he's not able to get the amount of touches he needs?
No, I think he'll still run the ball, honestly. Until like the fourth, they'll just keep handing it to him. He'll get 20-plus carries, and that'll probably be enough. I can see him busting one in the second half.
Yeah, there you go. Hashtag Team Tough Guy. He loves the hashtag. Establish it. All right, let's talk about the Cincinnati Bengals, who are -4 in Tampa, taking on the Buccaneers. Kurt, we have to start with you because I've been waiting to ask you this. What were your thoughts when you logged on Instagram this week and you find out that your ex-girlfriend's dating Tom Brady? Was that a shock to you? How did it feel?
I don't do blondes really. I haven't recently I have, but for the most part throughout my life, my blonde ratio is not that great because it's all I see in my hometown was white blonde chicks. So they're not my favorite. But my boy upgraded. And I'm happy.
Upgraded? Wow, that's strong words. From a supermodel?
I mean, but based off what she looks like now, I mean,
You're adjusting for age. Wow, unbelievable.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to talk about this on the Old Guys Pod for sure now.
For sure. But I mean, Giselle has all the money, but personality is probably worse as well. So it's double whammy. Give me the young chick who seems.
Do you think this young chick really has a good personality? Do you think they're sitting there?
No, but how's he doing? Giselle was getting really cranky. She was being a bitch. I mean, respectfully. Sorry, that's really mean to say, but
all right.
No bueno.
All right, fun and games out of the way. Tampa Bay Buccaneers +4. Your favorite team, Kurt. I love the Bengals here. I think this Tampa Bay team is reeling. Just too many injuries. We talked about it before, and the line's not there for Brady. I think they're kind of tuning him out. They're probably getting annoyed with him. Him and Evans are not on the same page at all. And I don't care if Burrow's missing weapons. That's, to me, the mark of a good quarterback is he can make even average receivers good. He still's got his main guy, Jamar Chase, there. I like the Bengals. Am I walking into a trap? We talked about these -4s on the road, but I like this play.
Well, I think we got an update that Higgins was a full participant in practice today.
Okay, that will help.
So, and I don't think. I mean, I'm not really a big Boyd fan.
Did he sneak on the field? Does his coach even know?
Well, I don't know. I think he'll be a full go this week.
Isn't that crazy how that ruined his props?
Sketchy situation, man. That's
because if he wouldn't have taken a snap, the unders wouldn't have cashed. It would have been no bet. Tyler, your thoughts on the Bengals Buccaneers?
Yeah, I mean, I think the Bengals pretty much come in. They just kind of work this team all game, work the ball up and down the field. They might not have to use Mixon and Piran much because they're just going to be able to throw it on this defense. Jamar Chase score a touchdown. Cincinnati wins +160. Higgins will score and win +250. You're getting the same price on Boyd. This backup they've used to lost Trenton Irwin +390 to get in the end zone and win. We've seen him take a couple in, and Burrows ran a few in recently. +750 for him to run one in, and they win that game. So we think they win the game. We just got to find the guy that scores a touchdown to get a better price in my eyes.
All right. Kurt, my player performance jumbles aren't nearly as good being offshore. I would just want to lay the 4. Do you think that you guys are going to keep it close?
We can't move the ball, spread. I mean, we just cannot move the ball. It is so bad. And he's even thrown so many dirt balls. He's not – Mike Evans just kind of seemed like – I love him, but he just seems like he's kind of fed up with the shit too, and he's trying to put on a smile, but it's bad. It is not good. And this is just two teams going in completely different directions right now.
He's getting yelled at by an old dude every week, and it's not like Brady's.
And he's bouncing balls to him on 10-yard curl routes. It's like, dude, this.
And then he's yelling when he messes up. You don't see Evans going back to the huddle when Brady's missing those wide open throws.
Never.
I think they're tuning both of them out. Bowles is not a big rah-rah guy. He's kind of a chill guy, but I don't. Sometimes that works so much better as the DC, right? Your DC can be chill, but your head coach has to be able to really just get in guys' face. I feel like Brady's taking over the team to a detriment. This is why he wanted Arians out. He wanted to run the team, but there's a reason, maybe back in the 50s, but we've never had the quarterback be the coach before. It's just too much. So I like the Bengals here. Let's talk about my favorite team. The Las Vegas Raiders are -1 going against the Patriots. Kurt, this one's so tough for me to get involved with because the Raiders have more talent. The Patriots are better coached. But, boy, am I low on Mac Jones. I don't understand how you guys are slandering Jimmy G, and they want to give Mac Jones the Rookie of the Year, right? They want to give Tua MVP consideration. I mean, talk about a guy that just what his ceiling is right now. The guy's never going to get any better. They have no weapons. They're missing their top 2 wide receivers. But what they do have is a huge pass rush. Now, will they be able to beat the tackles of the Raiders, who actually have been playing pretty well this season? I think that's the key to the game, because if Judon and what's the other guy's name? Uche, E-U-C-H-E. He's just crushing it in his pass rate win rate on both sides of the ball. The Raiders aren't going to win. But I don't know. This Raiders defense is bad. Can this feeble Patriots offense score against them? I'm going all over the place on this game, Kurt. Put me in the right direction.
I mean, you all just keep taking embarrassing losses after, like, it's crazy. And then now you have, like, McDaniels going against Belichick. I got to have one a week. This is one of the things where it's the Raiders, I don't think should win this game logically, but the Raiders win this game. Even if, like,
logically, you could say they have way more talent.
Yeah, but, like, this line has to be put in with, like, assuming that all these guys are ruled out for the Patriots. Like, Stevenson's out here, like, right? It's assuming everyone's out.
Yeah, Stevenson, we're still waiting on, but we know the top 2 receivers are out.
Yeah, so give me the Raiders, because it shouldn't be the Raiders. But I think we're going to have some value here if we get Stevenson and then ruled out, because this Raiders team can't stop a run for shit.
They can't stop anything.
But I don't think Mac Jones is really going to tear you apart, so give me the running back for cheap.
What do you think there, Tyler?
Yeah, I'll probably side with the Raiders here. But it's one of those games, like, when I scroll past it, if I do good in the early day, I'll probably bet it. If I don't, I probably just skip right past it. If I'm betting it, though, I'm taking the Raiders.
I think it's pretty easy to skip, personally. I think you make good arguments on both sides. Let's talk about Sunday night showdown. New York Giants plus 4.5 in Washington, taking on the Commanders. Total of 40. These 2 teams tied 2 weeks ago. The game landed on 40. 2020 going into OT seemed like it was going over for sure. Not so fast. They don't score in the full 10 minutes, and the under cashes. To me, this is another one of our biggest edges on the board, Tyler. We had the Giants, if I believe, right, on the projections fairly easily. I'm surprised they're catching 4.5 here. What are your thoughts, Tyler?
Yeah, I'll probably be on Washington here. I don't trust the
Giants. Really? Okay.
Yeah. I like the Giants to move the ball. I mean, it's either Barkley or Jones running it. There's really no receivers outside of Slayton on a deep ball. I just think Washington has more weapons. They have the better front 7 in my eyes. I know the Giants are better coached, but after last game where Washington should have won it, the Giants were able to squeak back in and tie the game. I think the Washington comes in and wins this one. I like Scary Terry to get in the end zone too. You're getting plus 155 on him. If you like Washington to win, you can do the touchdown and win. He's plus 250 there.
Kurt, I like the Giants plus the point. Tyler's laying it with the Commanders. Break the tie.
I'm right there with you. Give me the Giants. This a murky little 5-point spread. I just don't think these teams are like that much different. I know that Washington's defense is their defensive line's getting more healthy and stuff, which is going to make it even more of a pain to run on them. But I think Danny Jones will have one up his ass for this one. This is the game, the team Thursday night game forever ago when he tripped on that 50-yard run, right?
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, just give me the Giants. Washington's not that great. Their defense is very solid, but yeah, I think the Giants win this one. Straight up. Right. Straight up.
And are you doing the showdown slate for that on the
I know. I'll be on the NBA show and play like that night, so I'll just have the course for me. Okay. But attack this Giants have been getting torched. Let me see. They've given up the most running back top 24 games in the past 4 weeks. So open season for these Washington running backs. Don't care that I'm still taking the Giants to win.
All right. There you have it. 2 of us like the Giants. Tyler likes the Commanders. We will see next week who the winner will be in that one. But we're not done yet. It's time for best bets. Tyler, let's start for you. What's your best bet for the weekend, side, total, or prop?
Yeah, looking at this board, it would probably be there's a lot going on here. Probably one of the Eagles guys to score and win. Probably Hurts or Sanders. I think they win that game pretty easily. I just think that's a better way to approach it.
All right. Tyler likes Hurts to score a touchdown and the Eagles to beat the Bears. Kurt, what's your best bet?
Give me Dalton Schultz to score, Cowboys to win.
Oh, 2-player performance double. So Dalton Schultz to score, Cowboys to win over Jacksonville. Oh, my gosh. I'm actually not liking it as much as I thought I was going into the show. I thought I was going to have a lot of bets here, but my favorite one, the Jets, I can't do that one anymore. The line gets me in the Bengals game. Vikings or Bengals? Which one's better?
Vikings.
Would you agree, Tyler?
Wait, God, no, we suck.
I was going to the Bengals. I can't.
I'm going Bengals.
Let's do Bengals. My best bet, with the help of Tyler and Kurt, is the Cincinnati Bengals -4 in Tampa. The Tom Brady implosion continues. Where will he be next year? They'll be talking about it by the third quarter. My guy Clyde likes the Bills. I can't actually like them. I like them too, actually. But that weather's just throwing everything off. So I am fine staying away from that one. So there you have it. We have been talking touchdowns. We'll be back on Monday morning. It'll be Tyler, Title, and I, and we'll be reviewing the slate and then going over the Monday Night Football game. What's Monday night this week? The Rams and the Packers. Ooh, joy. If there was ever a game that was made just to gamble or have DFS to make sure you have interest in it, that was it. But you've got the winners. We're going to be back in about 5 minutes here on the Run Through Sports YouTube channel, so make sure you're subscribed. Guys, give us a thumbs up. We're here every week giving you the NFL winners. Hit that like button. Kurt, words of wisdom for everyone. Maybe they're going to be scrolling Tinder this weekend, trying to get a little, trying to get their stocking stuffed. What do you think? Any words of wisdom for all the young men out there?
Dick in a box is always a good present. Never forget it, baby.
Run.